Well, it's this struggle about human nature, defining human nature, Is it good to take certain drugs? Is it always bad to take drugs? What's our, can you always tell a drug from a food, from a spice? What do these words really mean? All we can do is what we are doing, which is replicate the mean. Hold these workshops, try to build a core of consensus about what we're talking about. And this is itself quite elusive, you see, because what we're talking about is a mental event. Less focused than, let us say, orgasm. But even if you're talking about orgasm, here we use this word, but it must mean something different to everybody. Well, the problem is much worse with the psychedelic experience, because nobody wants to be left out. So anybody who's ever taken anything thinks they've had the psychedelic experience and feels fully qualified to hold an opinion on it, when in fact, it's pretty elusive, the real thing. You have to take a heroic dose under the right conditions to really smash through. I mean, yes, there are all kinds of approaches to it. Insight into childhood trauma, recovery of lost memories, opening to your emotional side, insights into the dynamics of the life and people around, all of it. But that is not anywhere near the bullseye. That's just dancing around the rim of it. So we have to, as a community, try and build consensus about what happens at the real center. What's happening at the center of the mandala? What kind of a modality can we describe and create a shared map of that we can come back to the rest of the folks and talk about? And then the other thing is, well, I'm just banking on curiosity to do a lot of the footwork for the revolution. This is too good to miss. It's like placing sex off limits or something and then expecting people not to find out about it. Now that Marxism has collapsed, if we don't substitute something for consumer values, then we're just going to rape the earth in an effort to create crap for everybody. Well, the only counterpoise to consumer values, to materialism, is spiritualism. And I don't mean some bloodless, carol-singing kind of namby-pamby abstraction. I mean, there has to be as much inner richness as there previously was outer richness. And this is why, to the alarm of some people, I've been fairly interested in virtual realities, because I think, if everybody wants to live in Versailles, the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you make Versailles a disc for $3.95 that they can plug in and then go live in it. So we can't preach to the have-nots the virtue of voluntary simplicity when we're riding around in BMWs and collecting Monets. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So building a core consensus, this is still in answer to your question, what can we do? And then replicating the meme. And I introduce this concept in each of my workshops because I think it makes it easier for you to understand what's happening here. A meme is the smallest unit of an idea. It's like a gene is to proteins. Proteins are made by genes, and genes code for proteins. Okay, well, ideas are made out of memes. And you link a few memes together, and you have an idea. Memes, like genes, can be replicated. You replicate them by either telling the meme to many people or telling a lot of people all at once. And then these people you've told, they become potential replicators of the meme. And there is a domain of culture that is like an environment of competing ideas. And the memes go off and live in this ideological environment. And some flourish, and some are consumed by others, and some are incorporated into others. And the idea is to keep the psychedelic meme alive and to make it grow and to allow its claim to be heard. It's not in danger of dying. It's a very persistent meme. It's been around for about 20,000 years, and it's been highly repressed in many cultures for the last couple of thousand years. Yet we're trying to rebirth it. So thinking about it that way, thinking of yourself as a replicator of this thing which wishes to move through society, gives a mechanical model for understanding what is really ideological war, a war about the definition of human nature. That's what's at stake. What shall we become? What can we become? There's no question that we need a greater consciousness of who we are. And if psychedelic drugs are to be taken seriously at all as consciousness expanding agents, then they have to be given their due place in the great dialogue that's taking place about the future, creating it, and then realizing it, the future of the species.